the steel and fire. The open roads are thrown by your life televised, we're breaking every bone. Adrenaline surges, brace on the fall. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. With HardWire, the crowd screams our name, chasing down the shadows, we're addicted to the fame. Chains rattling loud, the brotherhood's alive. Every episode turns up, we're here to survive. From dusk till dawn, we're the kingdoms is through. Hitting it with HardWire. Hear the engine scream. Living fast and reckless, this is our metal dream. Riding hard, never slowing. In the spotlight we shine. A biker's brutal journey. This life is ours divine. On the edge of chaos, we embrace the feel. Hitting it with HardWire, we'll always be here.
Hey, welcome to Hittin It with HardWire. How's it going? More frustration for me again today. Can y'all hear me okay? Is my microphone working? I'm having some more technical difficulties today. I just did some Windows updates, and then my computer crashed again. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think I just need a new computer or something. This thing worked fine when I first got it, but I don't know what the deal is.
Shit.
So we got Frank, Evil Rick, Shockers in here. Well, we got a lot of people in here today. A lot of the awesome ones that wanted to come and hang out. Frank and Papa and Gary and let's see, Motobomb, Sick Bastard stopped in. Carney stopped in. Right on. I got spray foam all over me. I was upstairs in the bathroom, and where I don't know if you remember me telling you I was trying to redo my bathroom. Where I put my fan in up there, like the moisture sucker fan. If you look down at the way the landlord put it in, like it goes down to the ceiling, then you put the cover on, but if you look where the cover goes, it goes out and above the ceiling. And I'm like, you moron. I was like, that's just going to suck a whole bunch of air from above the ceiling piece. I was like, so that's not good. So I'm up there spraying spray foam in there, and I put tape. Okay, I put tape on there, and the tape starts peeling off and doesn't want to stick to the ceiling. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, that's going to suck if it barely sticks on there. And I put that spray foam back there, and it just pushes that right off. And what do you know? That's exactly what it did. I'm spraying it in there, all of a sudden it just starts popping that tape off, and it starts bloop, 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 falling all over the place. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Hey, what's up, Redneck Side? How you doing? I tell you, I'm learning that I wasn't born to be a mechanic because I don't have enough patience for working on engines and stuff. And I'm also learning I'm not like the general contractor type either, because I don't have patience for that either. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting the S word today, but I don't say it. I don't say that nasty, dirty S word. Yeah, that's we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, and it's not supposed to stick. What's up, America Uncensored? Yeah, the ground is it's not cold enough yet. Hasn't been cold enough for long enough for it to really stick. At least I'm sure as hell hoping so. What's up, G&B? Guns and Baggers. It's an awesome name. It's like 2 of my favorite things. I didn't get my bike put back together. That was kind of one of the things I wanted to do this weekend. I when I bought the new truck, I don't ever know if anybody remembers me saying it. And I'm pretty sure I did say it, but I don't remember. I don't remember what I said 10 minutes ago. So I'm like a goldfish. I forget what I said like right after I say it. I had to take I had a DSR1 DSP unit in my bike, and I decided I wanted that in my new truck. I have another DSP that I bought. It's an El Cheapo that I put in the bike, but it did not. It has plug-ins instead of the, like, a lot of them have the cords that come out and you plug them into the cords. It's a little more of a stable connection. This thing has the RCA's right on the back of it, and it would not stay like connected good enough. So I took RCA cords and I paid attention to what I needed on the bike, like a male or a female, to go to the certain parts of the bike, and I made sure they was the right length, and I soldered them straight to the board on this thing, and I just haven't put it back in yet. Of course, I have not tested it to make sure it worked yet. So that could be a foul ball. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But I have not got the bike put back together yet since I did that, because I've been getting everything else done. We got the camper all wrapped up, and it looks like it's all wrapped up in a surgical gown, ready for winter. Decided to put off a lot of the stuff we was going to do to the camper until the beginning of next season. I want to put that Eternal Bond tape on it. I'm going to try that at the beginning of the season and try to give it a good scrub down, and I got to fix the damn toilet again. I should call Camping World and ask them, I bought a warranty with it, some kind of a warranty that covers some of the things on the inside. I should call them and ask them, what does it cover? Because I really have no idea. I've been fixing everything myself. Oh, I got one bike I need put back together. My old lady's bike, which she can ride, but it needs valve cover gasket, or not valve. They're valve covers on a car. It's rocker gaskets on the top there. She needs new gaskets on there because the oil leaks a little bit and it drips down on the fins, and then it looks like it's leaking from all over the place, but it's coming. You would see around she's got a Sporty, so I hear that's very common on Sporties, and I still haven't got to it yet. That was I had all summer to do it. Had all summer to do it. I'm glad this mic doesn't pick up that good. You see HardWire doing the one cheek sneak over here. Ooh, I got turned fan. Oh man, what the fuck? Be glad they don't have smell-o-vision down here. You all be suffering. And I got one bike that's been torn apart for 4 years. It needs painted. And that was my own stupidity. There was nothing wrong with it. I was riding it. I just didn't like the color of it. And I decided one day I'm going to tear it all apart and I'm going to fancy it out. I bought new rims for it. I bought a fancy, it's a Dyna, and I bought a digital Speedo, and I bought all kinds of cool shit that, I just decided I was going to, make it nice. I bought new bars for it and a whole bunch of stuff. And then I was going to paint it. And then I joined the club, and then I was busy all the time, and I got a different bike, and I ended up working on it all the time. So it's just been sitting out there. I need to paint it and put it back together, put all that nice stuff I bought on it. Hopefully my tires are still good. It's been 4 years. They're on the rim. They have air in them, but they've been sitting in the closet out of the UV light. I don't know. Hopefully they're still good. We'll hope. They haven't been out of the they haven't come out of the closet. I should turn these on so you guys can already see what you're saying. I'm glad they finally let you make them bigger so you could read the damn things. Yeah. There we go. I know some people say, well, I don't know if I want everybody seeing everything everybody's saying. Why not? Like, what if they say something really messed up? I say really messed up things all the time. I got a hold of the mayor of the small town here where I live, and asked him, what do I have to do? I said, I'm wanting to become a little more involved with politics in the area. And I said, I'm just curious if you had a recommendation, good place to start, perhaps. And he said, we have city council meetings the second and fourth Monday of the month. He said, and you could volunteer for somebody's campaign, which I think he was, like, hell, you can volunteer for my campaign or whatever. I was like, well, I ain't got a ton of dough, so I'm not going to be like a big financial contributor or anything like that to anybody's campaign, unless it's maybe, I don't even think I could. You can't contribute to your own campaign, can you? I don't think you can. I don't know. But I'm going to my first city council meeting. I believe it's tomorrow. And we will see how that goes. When we was going away to church, I was telling my daughter about it. She goes, oh, that's cool. What do they do at city council meetings? I'm like, your guess is as good as mine. I'm about to find out. I asked the mayor, I said, well, where do they have these city council meetings at? He goes, all the town hall. He says, you go down, they have it on the basement level, a town hall, and he gave me the address. I commented back, I said, ooh, is there a secret knock and a secret password to get in? I don't think he found it nearly as funny as I did. I couldn't stop laughing when I said that. I thought it was hilarious. Because you just picture, like, all the movies you've seen with a what's your secret password? I got an overactive imagination or something, maybe. I put the comments up there and y'all stop talking. What the fuck? What's the matter with you guys? Why do you want to go do that? Hopefully there ain't something wrong with my computer again. All in all, it's been a fairly decent weekend. I didn't do a motherfucking thing yesterday. Nothing. I'm like, I don't feel like doing shit. I wasn't feeling too good. I haven't been feeling too good lately. But I wasn't feeling all that great. And I sat around and watched TV all day. I didn't do nothing. So I was feeling a little hankering to get something done today when I got home from church. I found out, I asked Gemini, and I keep asking Gemini things, and this is not the first time. Gemini can get very, very insistent to tell you it knows what it's talking about, to do it this way or that way, and it is often wrong. I said, can you use PVC glue like you'd put on a PVC pipe on household PVC trim? And it said, oh, yeah, it'll chemically bond it just like a pipe does, like it does on a pipe. No, it don't. No, it don't. Ask my old lady. She's probably on here. No, it don't. I said, be careful when you stick that on there. You got to stick it on there and make sure it's right where it needs to be, because it's going to stick. It's going to be like contact cement. It's going to be on there. Stuck it on there. Bloop, falls right apart like nothing. Like you didn't even try to glue it. So, no. And I already know I'm going to go up there and I'm going to hold it up there and then stick some nails in it. And the second I hit it, it's going to fucking fall apart. I should have just stuck it in there and nailed it up there one piece at a time. I thought I'd be further ahead trying to glue it. You know, some things seem like good ideas. And just because they seem like good ideas doesn't always mean they are. And especially listen to that suggestion if you've been drinking. Because then a lot of things seem like good ideas that aren't good ideas. And if you've gotten to be my age or similar age or older, you are well aware of that. I'm willing to bet. Because we've all learned, almost all learned that the hard way. Sometimes when you get drunk, you get all kinds of bright ideas. What are we on? What is it, like what are we at, 39 days or something that the government's been shut down? Has anybody heard anything new about it? I heard they're still arguing about funding food stamps. And a federal judge told Donald Trump that he has to fund food stamps through all of November. I'm like, as soon as I read that, I went, who in the fuck does he think he is? What? I do not understand. These judges just must be trying to, like, make rulings for symbolic reasons or something. They can't be a federal judge and not know that they don't have the right to do these things. There's no fucking way. These guys are absolute morons. Yeah, the weather's been gloomy and shitty for here. It's been that way for almost 2 weeks. It's been like dark and gloomy, like all day long, even when it ain't raining, for like 2 weeks now. I'm starting to wonder if the sun's still up there. I'm pretty sure it is, but I ain't seen it in so damn long. Gary, you usually have snow by now, ain't you? You're up there in Michigan. Well, you ain't that much farther north than I am. You're probably 3 or 4 hours. And most of that for me would be going west. I think you're like about 2 hours west and 2 hours north, so probably about 4 hours to get up there. What's up, mountain woman? Yeah, we're just about to get, I think, overnight tonight, we're supposed to get our first snow here. And I don't think it's supposed to, like, even stick. If it does, it'll melt first thing in the morning. We're only supposed to get like an inch, I think. That dirty S word. My little garage is not heated. I've been here for almost 10 years and I just can't bring myself to put a heater in there. It's not insulated at all. And most decent heaters that'll heat a garage are 220 heaters, and there's not 220. There's only 110 run out to the garage. I want to run 220 out there, but again, I rent. This is not my house. Copper wire is expensive. So I don't, unless I can strike a deal with the landlord or something where, you know, it's my idea and it doesn't have to be done. The least he can do, since I'm putting it in his house, is like go 50-50 with me on the, you know, off the rent or something. I still haven't bothered to tell him that I did the bathroom. I just decided that, hey, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission on the bathroom, because I was tired of dealing with it. It was a mildew factory, and I couldn't stand it anymore. You know, it's mostly all FRP on the ceiling. I know you're not really supposed to put FRP on the ceiling, but I did. I'm hoping it stays up there. It's not even a quarter of a sheet. It's not that big. So it's the stuff's fairly heavy, but I was going to put like little strips across in a couple of spots, nail them up. That way there's like something extra to hold it up there. But it didn't seem like it was coming loose, so I didn't bother. And moisture can't get back here to mess with that liquid nails. And I used that epoxy, like glue all liquid nails. It's supposed to be really good. And I used a whole caulking gun full of it. Smeared that shit all over that fucking thing. I used way more than you're probably supposed to. You're only supposed to use you're supposed to zigzag it a little and use I'll bet you I used way more than I was probably supposed to. Which also can be detrimental, but I am aware, but it wasn't like, I didn't put it on like carpet glue or whatever where you put a fucking layer on the whole thing. I still zigzagged it. And it did fall down once when I was trying to hold it up there when it was wet. It started coming down and it was pulling, there was some old paint up there. The old lady said she scraped it real good and got all the loose stuff off. I'm like, well, it must not have, because it just pulled some of that paint right off like it wasn't there. But, yeah. Back to the, what was I talking about? Food stamps. I've been on food stamps before, and I'm all for, like, temporary help if somebody needs it. The bad thing is they have like a really long waiting period, and then you gotta apply, and then you gotta get them, hope you qualify. And in the meantime, if you're somewhat handy at or decent at getting a job, you'll have a job before you even start getting any. You know, so the fucking system, I'm telling you, the way it is just broken. It's just broken. They really need some overhaul. And yes, they do. And I still remember doing it. And, see, the statute of limitations got to be over on that by now. But I still remember the old paper food stamps and going and buying packs of gum so we could get cash, when they used to give cash change back, and getting cash change back so that we could buy cigarettes. I was only 18 or 19 at the time, so that's over 20-some years ago. But I know it happened. So hell, what was going on back then? Hell, I'll bet you it's happened ever since food stamps have existed. People have been doing that. And if you watch some of the YouTube videos, some of them, this doesn't sound right, because, I qualified for food stamps once, but never that much. Some of these bitches be getting, like, $3,000 a month. Dude, I thought there was a maximum. I thought the maximum was like when I think the last time I was on, the maximum was like $560 a month or something like that. There was a lid on it. There's no fucking way. $4,000 a month taxpayer dollars should go to any one particular family. No way. And I think the numbers are like 60% of SNAP recipients are overweight. And if you're way overweight, they should be able to like weigh you and cut your food stamps back. That means you're eating too good. You need to eat healthier. They need to start limiting some of the things that you can buy. Now, I've seen over the years where they've done this before. They've made it so you couldn't buy soft drinks and sodas and stuff. I'm pretty sure they did for a while, years ago, and it didn't last very long. But I think they've done it off and on over the years. For a while there, they did this bullshit where you only get, they said 6 months lifetime. If you got 6 months of assistance, like that's all you get for the rest of your life. And I'm like, what the fuck? I hope I need it really bad. 6 months ain't very long. And I've already had where they said, well, we can offer you cash assistance. I'm like, oh, yeah? You can offer me some help with money, too? And they was like, yeah, we can give you $40 a month. And if you use it for 6 months, you'll never get it again for the rest of your life. I'm like, fuck you. That's not even a tank of gas. I'd rather just take a chance and not even get it. $40 a month. Eat shit. But yeah, I'll fill you guys in on how the city council meeting goes tomorrow. I'm going to go see what it's all about. I already know. They're going to get one look at me and be like, what the fuck? I already know it. I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy just seeing the kind of crazy looks people give you. But now, if you want to, like, I want to try to get a little more serious about politics, but I ain't never really had a shaved face. And I don't own a suit. I don't think I've ever owned a suit in my life. I've owned a couple of ties and a couple of dress shirts, but I have never owned a suit. Never been a flashy suit kind of guy. Now, don't get me wrong. If I were to like make it to Congress or something, I wouldn't be like. I might not be like Fetterman, and I may buy a suit. Old lady, what the hell's all that banging up there? What the fuck? I might still have to. I want to soundproof and put a ceiling in here. I haven't done that yet. I gave up on it because it was going to be too expensive. It'd be like $500 to put a ceiling in here. And I am not a fan of spending that much money on a house that ain't mine. Just not. And I talked to the landlord about it, and he said he wasn't wanting to help me fix a basement room up. I'm like, man, you'd think there'd be some value in having somebody that's like, I've lived here for 8 years. I've always, even though I've went through a couple of jobs in that 8 years, I've always paid my rent on time. Went through COVID, paid my rent on time. Never missed in the 8 years I've been here. And There was maybe once or twice that it was like a day or two late. Like, not technically late, but not on the first of the month. He says you got like a week, what he told me, but I said, well, it's usually supposed to be there on the first. My paycheck falls on the second. It's not, I felt obligated to at least inform him if it wasn't going to be on there at the first that, hey, it'll be there on the second. You know, or explain it to him, my paycheck falls on the third. Give me till the third, would you? And he usually says, he always said, I don't care. You got it like a week or something worth or a couple of days grace or something like that. I don't remember. He explained it to me once. I've even got a new landlord now for the last 3 years. Oh, the last 3 years of it's been a new landlord. I do, but I don't like him. He's very hands-offy. I don't ever see him. I pay it online. I don't talk to him much. I told him my neighbors their cable line. You know them, I don't know I have no clue what they're called. They're a little thing that screws onto the side of the house. The cable comes down on there and pulls tight, and then before it runs into the house. I don't know what that's called, but it pulled out of their house. Now the cable wire is kind of hanging down across my backyard that goes to their house. And I said, contact the cable company. I'm fairly sure, at least around here, it's always been anything from the pole to the house is their responsibility. And anything inside the house, once it goes inside the house, is their responsibility. I said, so call the cable company. Just tell them to come over and fix it. And that was the beginning of summer. They still have not fixed it. And I sent a picture of it to the landlord, and I said, hey, I'm not sure if it's your responsibility or not, because he owns that, obviously, owns the house next door as well. And I said, can you either call the cable company or tell them they need to do it, or come over and fix it if it's your responsibility? And he says, you know, he told me, he says, if I were you, I would go to your backyard with a pair of scissors and just snip that son of a bitch. Fucking, that's funny. He says, not that I'm telling you what to do or anything. He told me that 3 weeks ago, and I've been tempted. I'm thinking about it, because every time sometimes the way my driveway is, the wife and I, we try to park. My wife typically leaves first in the mornings. We leave a half an hour apart. So she tries to stay parked in the back, but when she's not, we just pull around the back, go through the alley. But we go through the yard, and it's almost hanging low enough to hit our cars when we're pull through the backyard. So it's been tempting. It's been tempting to do that. This has got to be the quietest the chat's ever been. You guys are quiet today. You all fucking sitting there and sawing logs or what? You guys are quiet. I still see there's a few of you in here. Don't worry, we can't hear you taking a shit while you're typing. If you're sitting on the shitter. See, Carney and Motobomb had a show going on the other evening, and he says, I'll send you the link. And I'm like, oh, I'm upstairs. I said, I'm tempted to go downstairs. Maybe I'll go get on, and I didn't. And I felt kind of bad, because I don't know, it was kind of late. My old ass goes to bed early. I'm usually sleeping by 9 o'clock. Like around 9 o'clock-ish. So, ask Beezer, he'll tell you he never lets me live it down that I go to bed early. But yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up. And now that I'm here, and I have at least a few of you here, Carney, Motobomb, some of you, and Mike, I don't think Mikey's in here. Last year for Thanksgiving, and then again at Christmas time, we did a special just in the evening where we kind of all got on like a panel, kind of like Carney does with Motobomb and a lot of them guys. Except it was me and Mike, and I think we got Kickstands Down, which I haven't seen them in a while. Either I'm not getting the YouTube notification that they're going on, or they haven't been going on in a while. Does anybody know anything about that? But Carney and Motobomb, since yous are in here, if yous want, we ought to do a little Thanksgiving special and kind of schedule it out in advance, and like the evening of the day before or the evening after everybody's done with their Thanksgiving celebrations and everything, and everybody settled down for the evening on Thanksgiving. Do a special, get a bunch of us on the panel, and fucking I don't know what to talk about, something. If I could sit here for 45 minutes once a week and mumble on about absolutely nothing by myself with no idea what the fuck I'm going to talk about, you get people like me and Mike and Carney and Motobomb. You get us on a panel. It's going to be hard to get a word in. We'll find something to talk about. I almost guarantee it. Find a lot of subjects to talk about. Yeah, old lady, you could come too. We'll get Peaches in there, and we did that last year. That was nice. It's around the holidays, and people are usually some of us that work even get days off for the holidays, and get all of us together on a little panel after the day settles down, and have a chit chat, and get the family and get everybody in the chat, and stream it from all of our respective channels, and everybody will be on mics probably. That's where most of the concentration of people's at. Mikey's been working at this. He's a professional. He's been doing it since before YouTube had a place for regular people to do lives and stuff. A lot of it's about putting in the time. Mikey's put in the time. I've been doing this for a little over a year now, and I'm at, what the hell am I at? 2,500 on YouTube. People were subscribed to my channel, and it has been stale. It grew and grew and grew for a while when I was still doing shorts and putting them out and stuff. And ever since I quit doing the shorts, like every once in a while I'll get one or two new ones, and then a couple will drop off, and it's been really just kind of stuck right at 2,500. But I don't give a crap. I mean, I got enough followers that I could be monetized, but I don't have enough watch hours or whatever. It's stupid how it works. But I'm not really doing this for money anyway. Let me look this up real quick. Code is having his yearly toy drive for kids in Philadelphia area, and if anybody has any money, stop by and send like his show and send him some money. I just sent him $30 for his yearly toy drive. Last year he raised I think it was almost $2,000, and he had pictures of him dropping off all the toys to the little kids and stuff. So it's a really good cause. I'm just trying to find his Cash App. It's $. Let me see if I can find a way to put this up here. Let's see. Create $. No E. All inked. L. Yeah, I think that's right. All inked up 73 and put in there in a little thing for your Cash App. Put in there just charity toy drive or Christmas share Christmas or something like that. Send him a couple bucks. Sure he'll appreciate it. What's up there, Jason? Thanks for stopping in. We share a real name. You know what? Whenever I was growing up in the 70s, or when I was born in the 70s, growing up in the 80s, but there was in the 70s, mid 70s area, Jason was a popular name. But where I grew up at, everybody I knew with the name Jason was a fucking dickhead. So I didn't want to have that name anymore because I didn't want to be associated with the same name as a bunch of other dickheads. So I always had a nickname of some kind. I never liked the name Jason because I thought all Jasons were dickheads. But I have since met some Jasons that are actually decent. It was just something about this area and the particular ones that happened to give the name Jason a bad rap, I guess. But like I said, if you get a chance and you can stop in, watch Code Show. He'll explain it better. He didn't stop in tonight, which is fine. I know not everybody always can. But I wanted to drop him a mention. He does a good show too. If you get a chance to go over and see him, but he comes on early in the mornings, and it's usually right around the same time before Mikey does his show, and around the time Black Dragon does. So he's got not such a good time slot. I don't know if he picked that on purpose or I have no idea. But that's the biggest reason. Well, other than that, I got a regular 9 to 5, so I can only watch. Most of you do daytime shows during the week. I can only watch it. I can't really participate other than I'll sit there with my phone on the side of my desk and type a little every now and then while I'm listening. And if I hop in and say, "Hey, what's up, Mike?" and then I don't answer you back, if people start saying, "Hey, HardWire," and then I don't get a chance to answer you back, that's why I shrunk it down in a little window and I got it shoved to the corner of my desk, and I just listening, and I can't, while I'm working, I can't always get on there and participate. And if you always put Mike's Cash App up here too, if you want to donate to Mike, though he's the one that started all this Insane Wheels family. He calls it the IWF, which sounds, to me, almost sounds a little bit too much like a wrestling federation or something. But whatever, it's his. He can call it whatever he wants. I always say the IWN, Insane Wheels Network. It's not just a network of channels, it's a network of family. That's the way I looked at it, but he wants to put the word family in there, which is fine. And I also looked up if the IWF, IWN, or IWFN is a common acronym for any other big businesses. It turns out they're pretty much all taken. So you'd end up with a WWF, WWE situation if anything got too big. But I don't think any of them are like actual like YouTube channels or networks or anything, so it's not like we're in the same space. But we're going on 45 minutes now, so I'm going to get off here. I got to go. My foam should be dried up, so I'm going to go up there with a saw since it decided to pop out of the... Would have been nice if it had stayed nice and neat behind the tape, but if the tape decided to pop out, so I'm going to have to go up there with a saw and saw it off. Probably fill in a few spots because it probably didn't fill it in real nice and neat. But I'm going to go do that so I can put the trim piece on and put the damn lid thing back on so people can get their showers. There's a bunch of us here in this house. Me and the wife, my daughter's boyfriend, my stepson. We got a house full. And they don't like it. We only got one. We got 2 bathrooms, but only one of them's got a shower. I've been debating on that too. Think about putting a stand-up shower in the basement, but I've never done it. Never got around to it. Not sure if I want to put that kind of money in someone else's home. I thought about talking to the landlord and trying to buy this house, but then I start thinking to myself, every time I think that, I think if I end up with a house, I want to buy one out in the country. I don't want to live in the fucking city. And that's going to be a chore when I do decide to move. Because I've accumulated a lot of stuff here in 8 and 9 years of being here. I'd say giant yard sale, but I'm a bit of a hoarder. I don't like to get rid of nothing, especially if it's something that I could end up using for sure. I've already, I like to save, when I buy stuff, they come with free wires. I hardly ever use the wires they give me, but I stick them all in a box. I'm like, I can't fucking throw them away. I'll use them someday. I still got old USB-Bs, cords that have never been unwrapped, still in a bag. It's not quite hoarding. I don't have, junk. I don't keep, shit I don't need. But I keep a lot of junk that I may end up needing. But I've already caught myself, whenever I get too much stuff, I'll just start going, I don't even know what's in this fucking bag anymore. I'm just going to take this whole fucking bag, throw it in the trash. If it's been here for 4 years and I've never even looked in it, obviously there's nothing in it I fucking need that bad. And I've done that before. Well, usually I take a sneak peek, but yeah, I'm bad about that. I keep a lot of junk. Got old bike parts, all kinds of stuff here. I thought about getting a table at a damn swap meet. I got so many old bike parts laying around. Old speakers from switching out bike speakers, and I got all kinds of crap. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. I'll flash these up here one more time real quick. We've got codes for his Cash App. Make sure if you send him some money, just put in there for Christmas fundraiser. When I send it to him, he knows what it's for. But if a lot of you don't subscribe regularly, watch the show regularly, he might think it's just a donation to him. If you want to make sure it gets to the kids, just put in there for the kids or share Christmas or whatever when you Cash App it, so he knows what it's for. And he's a cool dude. He gets it, and he makes sure he keeps it separate, keeps good records of it. He'll even, if you watch his show, he reports on it and tells everybody what he's got in there and how much, share Christmas and all that. So stop in there, donate to that, or donate to, if you want, there's Mike's Cash App. Donate to Mike. He's the one who started all this. Make sure you tune in. His show is 11 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and 10, which is 10 for him, Central Mountain Time. For me, I think always think 11 o'clock, and then I forget sometimes that some of you aren't on Eastern Time. just used to thinking that way. And Code usually has his shows on weekdays around 10 or 9:30, 10 o'clock. If you get a chance, stop and see Code. He's got a good show. He's trying to build it up, and he's got some cool new shirts called all inked up shirts. He's going to be releasing a clothing line. They're pretty cool. If you get a chance to check them out. And you got Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips. He stops in once in a while. He's been a lot more scarce than what he used to be. He used to be a lot more participating. I assume that'll change, maybe a little bit more come winter time. Like he's like me, except he just kind of disappeared. I just got busy and I had to switch my shows around a little bit, but on days sometimes. But I always try to do one a week. But thanks for stopping in. I appreciate each and every one of you. May God bless you, or if you don't believe in God, then may you have some kind of blessings, or whoever you believe in, may they bless you. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much for stopping in. I will see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. I think that's how many hours time zones ain't there. I don't know. It's been too many years since I was educated. And some of you don't participate in the time zone switching and all that. But I love you. God bless you. And see you next week.
Hittin' it with HardWire. We're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life feels real. Yeah, held a new path on that twisted black line. A YouTube dream where his past can't confine. With every rev, he's reclaiming his soul, teaching the world how to ride, how to roll. Rising up high when the shadows surround. HardWire's the name, and he's making it loud. Hittin' it with HardWire, we're burning it bright. Living on the edge, we'll ride through the night. No fear in our hearts, just the roar of the steel. Together we rise, now this life feels real.